Have you ever wondered how top achievers set and achieve their goals consistently? Well, today you're in for a treat because I'm going to share insights from one of the world's leading thinkers, the author of this book, Goals by Brian Tracy. And he's going to be sharing one particular game changer, so do stick around until the end. In this video, I'm going to share 5 ideas from this book by Brian Tracy with examples from my life with the help of my friend, Brian Tracy.
Hello, I'm Brian Tracy. And I'm happy to say that I've written 90 books over the years and produced more than 1,000 audio and video programs. And now I'm here with my friend Ash Roy, and we're talking about this. And what I find is that he knows more stuff than I do. So it is a great pleasure to be with Ash, and you will find it's a great pleasure for you to be with Ash as well.
Let's do this. Okay, insight 1. Clarity is the starting point of all success. You need to know exactly what you want to achieve without limitations. Does this mean you won't have limitations? No, it doesn't. You will have limitations, but when you're coming up with your goals, it's important to visualize without the burden of limitations. When I started Productive Insights 12 years ago, I visualized myself being a leading authority in digital marketing and content creation. I visualized building up a client base and interviewing guests who are at the top of their game. And over time, this did come to pass. I've had the honor of interviewing people like Seth Godin, Brian Tracy, James Clear, Sonia Simone, and many others. So the action step for you here is to visualize the future you want to create without fear and without limitations. And if possible, write it down. Here's why it's a good idea to write down your goals. So there's something, Brian, about physically handwriting stuff. It appears to engage a different part of the brain. The act of handwriting, as opposed to typing, somehow creates a certain sense of urgency and agency.
Ash, I'm so glad you brought that up, because what I'm going to explain to you is a life changer. Something happens between the head and the hand that is almost a miracle. You can never get that, as you say, from typing.
Insight number 2, set up habits that correspond to your goals. Now, this one isn't strictly out of Brian Tracy's book. It's more related to a conversation I had with James Clear, where he talked about the importance of making tiny daily and incremental changes that lead to remarkable results over the long term. Here's a snippet from that conversation.
Time will magnify whatever you feed it. If you have good habits, then time becomes your ally. And if you have bad habits, then time becomes your enemy. But it's really about carving out habits that give you that kind of small advantage, that 1% improvement each day. And if you can do that, then you just need to let time work for you rather than against you.
Now, if you'd like to watch the full conversation with James, I'll link to that in the description below. One of the keys to ensuring you complete your habits daily is to make the cues visible. And right here on my desk, I have this book where I track my habits and my goals every single day. And this book sits right here in front of me, and that's one of the reasons I'm able to be focused and consistent. Now, this brings us to our 3rd insight. Write down your goals daily. Something magical happens when you physically write your goals down.
Here's what happens. When you write a goal, it's like programming it into your subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind, sort of like a team of computer operators, then hands it over to your superconscious mind. You're in a way never the same again.
I have the major goals I want to achieve every year written in this book, and then I have daily goals that map to those annual goals. And I write those daily goals down every single day and ensure that I'm on track. This is one of the most grounding things as far as goal achievement and accountability goes, in my experience. Insight number 4, set deadlines. Parkinson's law states that work expands to the amount of time you allocate to it, and by and large, I found that to be true. While creating this very video, I've set myself a deadline to complete it within 1 day, and it's going to be interesting to see if I can achieve it. I've already made a start on recording the video a lot faster than I would have otherwise done. So if you want to achieve your goals faster, try and set tighter deadlines, but make sure they're realistic. Which brings us to point number 5. When you set goals, set SMART goals. SMART is an acronym, and it stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. If you'd like to watch the full video on how to use SMART goal setting, check out the link in the description below. It's very important, in my experience, to set goals that are aligned with your vision, your values, so that you end up in a place you want to be. You also need to set goals that you can measure, because if you can't measure it, you can't improve it. They need to be specific and they need to be achievable. And finally, you need to set goals that are time-bound. The link to this book, Goals, on Amazon is also in the description below, so be sure to check that out. This is the first of a 2-part video series. In the next part of this video series, I'll be sharing another 5 ideas, so be sure to subscribe to make sure you don't miss that video. I'm Ash Roy. I'm a CPA and an MBA, and I'm an ex-banker with a passion for helping small business owners grow their businesses using content marketing and other digital marketing strategies. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.